Dynamic, articulate, perceptive, courageous, outspoken.
Welcome back to the dojo, y'all. Welcome back. We got another reaction for you. This one is the Carnival Cruise situation is getting worse. I don't know if you heard, but Carnival Cruise Lines, they updated their policy about things you can and cannot do. And a lot of people are feeling some type of way about it. A lot of people that look like me. I've been on Carnival Cruise before. I went when I was maybe like 12 or 13, and I had a great experience. It wasn't a whole lot of ratchetness. It wasn't a whole lot of stupidity going on. Everybody was enjoying their time. But this was like almost 2 decades ago. You know what I mean? It's been a while since I've been on a cruise line, so I don't know what's going on. But I heard about the news, and now I see a video, and I want to check it out. This is on Infinite GT. He used to be Infinite Colors, his channel, but I guess he changed the name. Don't really matter. He's a good channel. Relatively respectable YouTuber. But let's go ahead and get into it. I already watched a little bit of it. I only watched maybe like 20-30 seconds. That's usually what I do. I do like a small preview. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and get into this, man. Hope y'all ready.
So from my understanding, Carnival Cruise Line has a new policy that everybody's mad at. Not everybody, but a lot of people from my community are mad at because they feel like it kind of excludes my community. And the policy change is that I think there's no more hip hop music and no more R&B music on the cruise line. Because typically the behavior that's associated with hip hop music and R&B music, I would say in particular hip hop music, is a lot of ratchetness, a lot of twerking, a lot of things.
All right, I got to clear the air. For those who do not know, hip hop is not rap music. There's a difference between hip-hop and rap, and I'm going to go ahead and school you right now. Hip-hop is an acronym. It stands for High Infinite Power, Healing Our People. You cannot call what's on the radio today hip-hop music. It is not healing our people. It's not doing that. It's destroying the community one song at a time. So I always cringe when people say hip-hop because they kind of blended it all together to make it into one thing that talks. I don't even want to go there. But hip-hop is high infinite power, healing our people. Rap, it doesn't have an acronym, but I'm going to give it an acronym. Recklessness and pointlessness. There are some good rap songs out there. It's not every single one. The good rap, that's hip-hop. High infinite power, healing our people, like Dear Mama, Tupac. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. But when you blur the lines and you start confusing stuff, people think you're talking about the ratchet music that you hear on the radio. No, all that Glorilla, all that nonsense, that is not hip-hop. That is pure rap. Please don't get the two conflicted and confused because that is not what's going on, bro. It's pure rap music that causes all that ratchetness. I'm not trying to correct him, but I want people to understand the difference between hip-hop and rap music. That's all.
Everybody don't like that ghetto behavior. And they're getting a lot of criticism for that.
Now, y'all know damn well Carnival Cruise is not racist. Like, what y'all talking about? Like, what are you talking about? It's not a black people issue. It's the ratchet shit. And we know that already. And I'm from the hood, born and raised.
See, and I'm glad she said that. She understands that it's not a black people thing. She understands that it's the music that has an influence on people acting out this way, acting ratchet, so to speak, acting foolish, acting ignorant. It's a byproduct of the music that people listen to on a day-to-day basis, and that's why I stopped listening to rap. I stopped listening to the radio altogether. You know what I mean? I like to listen to classical music. I like to listen to orchestra music. I like to listen to epic music. You know, the music that they put in movies when it's a high-octane action scene or a triumphant scene. I like to listen to music like that. I don't even want to hear lyrics. I don't even want to hear lyrics no more. It's that bad. I just want to hear sounds when I listen to music. I might just listen to some rainfall or something. You know what I mean? I don't like feeding my spirit with all of that nonsense that's on the radio. It's programming. It's conditioning you to act or behave a certain way. And if you don't understand the mind control, I'm sorry. But you still in the matrix. You ain't unplugged yet. You're not ready to be unplugged. But let's continue.
Again, Southside Chicago, Inglewood, right? And when you in the hood, you see large groups of shit, dumb ratchet shit, you go the other way.
I guess when she talking about Iggy, I guess that's ignorant. I guess it's a short way of saying ignorant. I'm guessing that's what Iggy is. I've never heard that term before today. So I'm guessing Iggy is ignorant for those of us who may not be sure what she's talking about. I'll take it back a few seconds for her.
Hood, you see large groups of shit, dumb ratchet shit, you go the other way. Because what's going to happen? Somebody going to get shot. Somebody going to get murdered. Somebody's going to get hurt, go to jail, whatever. So when you from that shit, you know, in order to survive, you move away from it. You go the other way, right?
Yes, ma'am. You are absolutely correct. Because I lived in the hood too. And I know when I see that ignorant shit, when I see that dumb shit, I turn my ass right back around. I'm like, you know what? Ain't nothing over there for me. Let me go ahead back on in the house. I ain't got time for it. She know what it is.
And let's be real, before we even continue with the video, let's be real. Ignorant ghetto type of behavior is just not good for business. I mean, y'all can say whatever y'all want and everything like that. And yeah, they getting y'all money, but that ratchet ghetto behavior is bringing the business down because they're an international business that attracts every single group of people.
And that's absolutely right. So when other races of people get on these Carnival Cruise Lines and they see how people carrying on and acting, they're like, oh, I'm never coming on another Carnival Cruise again. So because of it, they're losing other customers and other money because y'all don't know how to act in public. Y'all want to bring the hood to the Carnival Cruise Line and y'all want to act ratchet and act ignorant, act stupid, want to be twerking with your butt all out in a bathing suit, got your cheeks flying all over the place. You know what I mean? It's all type of kids going on these cruises too. It's a family-friendly cruise. And when you got that type of nonsense going on, it's off-putting and people like, nah, I think I don't ever want to come on another Carnival cruise again. They're losing money because of y'all. And that's why they're trying to change the policies so you can't do this nonsense anymore. They don't want to lose any more customers than they already had. They don't want the hood on their cruise line. That's what it is. And I agree wholeheartedly. Get that ignorant shit up out of here. Keep that shit in the hood where it belongs. It really don't belong there either, but keep that shit in the hood, man. Don't be going out here acting a damn fool. Please don't be going out here acting a damn fool, bringing the hood to wherever you at. The hood need to stay where it is. I'm in the hood, and I don't want to see this shit nowhere else ever at all.
But recently, Carnival Cruise Lines seems like it's becoming more of a ghetto ratchet place to party and everything like that. Now, as a disclaimer, and as a person who was a part of this community, I do not like when black people are having fun and then people automatically call it ratchet and ghetto. That frustrates me because I used to work a job in hospitality where I would see large groups of people of different backgrounds and things like that. And it used to seem like the only ones that had a problem with being loud was black people. And mind you, every group of people that used to come to, the big conventions and events that used to come to the area where I used to work, they were all loud. But they only had a problem with the black people being loud and having fun and enjoying themselves. So I have an issue with that. The issue is there's a difference between black people being loud and having fun, just being at the cookout, enjoying themselves, line dancing, things like that, and then ratchetness. Twerking in places you ain't supposed to be twerking. Cheeks all out and things like that. People yelling. And I ain't talking about like yelling like, yeah, let's have fun. I'm talking about like just, ghetto yelling.
Yelling across the room. Yelling for problems. Like, hey, ain't you that? You know what I mean? Like, that ignorant, aggressive, violent, just stupid behavior, bro. Like, we can't have nice things because y'all don't know how to act. You got to know how to conduct yourself in public. And when you're conducting yourself like you ain't left the neighborhood, like you ain't never got outside of your city, like it shows. And people don't want to be around that. You got all types of walks of life going on Carnival Cruise Lines because it's like the most affordable cruise line. So when you get all this ratchet nonsense, ignorant, stupid shit, people was like, man, I am never coming on another Carnival Cruise Line again. And probably what happened was there was so many people complaining about this behavior that the Carnival Cruise Line said, look, we got to do something. We're going to lose so much money because people are not going to come back if this continues. Bro, I'm pretty sure that's what it was. It's always about the bottom line. It's always about the business. And you probably got way too many people complaining about it. You know what I mean?
Yelling when you know what I'm saying? Niggas arguing and stuff like that. Niggas, you know what I'm saying? Doing crazy stuff. You just know the difference between that. And based on the videos I've seen of Carnival Cruise Line, because I've been on Carnival before it got real ghetto and ratchet like that. I used to, go on back in the day, you know what I'm saying, some years ago. It wasn't like that. It was diverse groups of people having fun together. All right? Now it seems like it's just Diddy's after party. And that's crazy.
They not used to shit. They don't have no fucking home training. They not able to conduct themselves. They just ignorant, right? And Carnival Cruise not wrong for putting rules in place because you're fucking up their business. So you got people that's out here that's working all year long, saving a hard-earned money just to have a vacation to get away and to fucking relax. And you telling me that they have to be bothered with and put up with this wretched, ignorant, just ghetto shit. I don't like how this is turned into a black issue because the truth is, being ignorant and ratchet and classless and ghetto, it has no color. That's the truth. Black people.
That's facts. That's facts. You go to a trailer park. Hold on. Good. You go to a trailer park and there's ratchet, ignorant stuff that goes on in the trailer park. But black people don't really be in a trailer park like that. That's another race of people, place of residence. You know what I mean? But you got that type of mentality. See, I always looked at rednecks and niggas as two sides of the same coin. You know what I mean? Two sides of the same coin. They look different, but they got the same type of ignorant mentality. And I know white people, they don't want to deal with trailer trash. Well-to-do white, that's what they call it. They call it trailer trash. Come on now. I didn't make this word up, but that's what they call their ignorant ghetto shit. They call it trailer trash. We just happen to call ours hood. You know what I mean? It's the same thing. It's just in a different place with a different face. But it's the same daggone thing, man.
People, we've always known how to conduct ourselves, right? And there's levels to it. You got black people that work hard, that have class, that has a beautiful family. You know what I'm saying? Know how to conduct themselves, know how to have a good time, and everybody's being lumped into one fucking category. I was on the Carnival Cruise back in 2016, and it wasn't shit like what I'm seeing now. I feel like the caliber.
That's what I was saying. When I went on Carnival Cruise Line some years ago, it was not ratcheting.
Went on the Carnival Sunrise not knowing it used to be the Carnival Triumph, aka Poop Cruise, still poopy. I don't really know what this subtitle is all about for this video. I don't really get it. It's just too incoherent, and it's just words. It's just words on the screen. I don't understand it. I don't know what I'm looking at.
In ghetto like that, it is a whole different thing going on. It was diversity. It was everybody was having a good time. I would say going on a cruise was one of the most enjoyable, relaxing, fun things to do that I've ever experienced. And one of the most fun things to do in the world because
it's a great time because anytime you want to get something to eat, all you got to do is go to the little cafeteria. They sell food all day long and even deep into the night. You can get up at any time, go get something to eat because it's a cruise. We on a cruise, you know what I mean? That's what I love most about it. You can, anytime you want something to eat, don't matter where you go, because it's already paid for. You paid your ticket. That's what comes included with your cruise. You can eat, drink, whatever, all day long. If you're an adult, you can go to the adult parties. You can have alcohol, you know what I mean? You get to have a great time for 3, 5, 7 days, however long your cruise is. You just having fun the whole time, meeting new people. You probably even can make friends if you want. You know what I mean? All over the states, all over the world. You know what I mean? And it's just a great time. But this right here is looking like they are ruining it for everybody else, for all walks of life, because y'all don't know how to act and conduct yourselves in public. You're in a public place. Even though y'all on a wide open ocean during this cruise, it's still a public place. Man, y'all got to do better, bro.
Everything's there. You want a beautiful cruise. If you like water, you're around beautiful water. You go to different areas. It's amazing. But then somehow, some way, it just turned into the club. And whose fault is that? That's Carnival Cruise Lines' fault for being greedy and wanting all that money. You know what I'm saying? That's their fault. But as a business, they have to make the right corrections and things like that. And they're going to attract the people that they want to attract. I feel like every single business should have that right to figure out what type of business they want to do and what type of behavior they want to represent their business. By them getting rid of hip hop and R&B, because music is a big part of my community's culture. A lot of black people just not going to go on school.
And that's what I'm talking about. Like the whole music being the influential part of our culture. It's like it's the driving force and why people act the way that they act nowadays. Like that's why I don't listen to music like that anymore, because I don't want outside influences conditioning me or making me believe things that are not beneficial to my life, my lifestyle, or where I want to be in the world. You know what I mean? If I'm going to be a YouTuber, I need to be able to conduct myself in a professional manner, because there may be people who want to sponsor me. There may be people who want to interview me. There may be people who want to check out my channel. And if I'm ignorant and ratchet, people will be like, I can't relate to this. I can't get down with this. I don't like this guy's channel. I'll unsubscribe or block him from my feed. I don't want to see nothing he's posting. You know what I mean? You got to think about these things when you get into the public eye. You got to be professional, at least the best way you know how to. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to be ratchet, ghetto, or nothing like that. I may use some terminology from time to time that other people may not be familiar with, but ultimately, I want to articulate my point clearly, and I want to be a respectable person on this platform. I may say or do things from time to time that you may not agree with. That's okay. But ultimately, I'm trying to be a respectable YouTuber, and I'm trying to bring y'all content and bring y'all information that you may not have came across or may not be aware of. I want my channel to be a hub of information. You know what I mean? And I want people who want to know about what's going on in the world or what's going on in the streets to tune in. You know, I'm doing a lot of reactions nowadays, and I saw this video and I was like, I gotta check this out. I want to see what this is about. But I pretty much got a pretty good idea, and I'm going to keep letting the video play because I want to see if it's something else they're going to show me.
Anymore. A lot of black people who are ratchet and ghetto. Black people will get on a cruise, but the ratchet and the ghettos won't. So maybe I feel like the business might see some decline for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But they're going to get back on track.
It's social media shit. The more you act stupid and the dumber you are, and you being exploited, the more attention you get. They feel like you can just go anywhere and just act this way and behave this way, and it's funny. It's a ha-ha, hee-hee moment. This whole being turned and lit culture and just being ignorant is at an all-time high. That's just the truth. And Carnival Cruise need to ban all them motherfuckers. Ban all of them. If you don't know how to act like you got no fucking sense, you can't get on here no more. It's just that simple. Motherfuckers are too old to be behaving like that. And if you feel like it's directed towards you or you gonna boycott Carnival Cruise, then so be it. Get your ass on.
That's exactly what it is. The only people who feel offended by this are people who are indulging in that behavior and think that it's okay. I like that she said this social media. That's the whole issue. That's the whole issue. Social media has conditioned and programmed people to think that this is okay, that this is all right. The pranks have gotten out of hand. The behavior's gotten out of hand. People don't know how to conduct themselves. People can't even think clearly or articulate clearly no more, because you got all this ratchet nonsense ignorance constantly being bombarded with, and you start taking on the behavior, taking on the attitude, taking on, that same type of energy, and it's no good. It's just destructive behavior. And it's not helping nobody. Not helping nobody, man.
Because this is not a black issue. This is simply them having to put rules in place for grown motherfuckers to know how to conduct themselves. Because it is turning very trashy. It's classless. It's ghetto. It's ignorant. And everyday working people should not have to be bothered with that bullshit.
I agree.
Learn how to act like you got some sense, or keep your motherfucking ass at home. Simple.
So I just did some research, and Carnival Cruise Line did not directly discriminate against black people. They're not saying, they're not saying, black people can't get on a ship and all those type of things. All they're saying is that they're going to limit the amount of hip hop and R&B that is played on the cruise lines at certain events and on certain cruise ships at certain events.
And see, I'm glad they realized that it's the music that's the problem. It's the music that's the problem. Music has such a heavy impact and heavy influential wave that it comes with. Like, you don't understand, like, we as human beings, we're like, I can't remember the number, please don't quote me on this. It's either we're like 70 to 80% water. And if you look at water takes vibrations. You can see the vibration. You throw a rock into water, you can see the ripples of the water. The rock had a lasting effect. You know what I mean? It's the same thing with sound. So when that sound is hitting the water of your body, your bloodstream, your blood flow, it's all in there. It's vibrating, it's shaking, and you want to start feeling some type. You want to start getting in the mode because you feel the vibes. You feel the vibrations going through you, and you know what I mean? That's what music does. It influences you. So when you got all this ratchet ignorance vibration, it's gonna come out. It's gonna come out. So they like, look, we gotta tone that thing. We gotta tone that thing down. We can't keep playing all this poo shiesty or whatever the hell, you know what I mean, got people acting crazy. You know what I mean? I'm not against what Carnival Cruise, and I look like the people who mad. I'm not mad. Get that nonsense up out of here, man. They trying to run a business, and it's a place where people supposed to have a good time, and y'all ruining that because y'all want to be ignorant. Y'all think it's cool to be ignorant. Hell to the no. Get that ignorant shit up out of here. Nobody wants to see it.
By the DJ, I guess the DJ that the cruise line hires, so that they can limit the incidents that usually happen as a result of playing that hip hop music. You know, when people start to drinking and playing hip hop music and stuff like that, a lot of times altercations get to happen. So they're realizing that there's a correlation between hip hop and altercations. All right. And they don't want that. That's not good for business. So it almost sounds like had people just been continuing to be ratchet and twerking and doing, you know, whatever, they'd have been cool with it. But when people get to arguing and fighting with each other, and they can see that the pattern or the correlation that keeps on popping up is hip hop music, and them fighting and arguing while the hip hop music is playing. Well, then as a business, you gotta make the decisions you gotta make to help your business. And that's interesting because that's all Carnival Cruise Line is doing. All they're doing is just limiting the hip hop music and the R&B music. So you can still enjoy the cruise. You can still enjoy all the amenities. You can still travel. You know, black people feel like they're being racist. No, I'm sorry, man. That's not racist, bro.
So that's basically the end of the video. I pretty much agree with both of these beautiful black people are talking about. I completely agree with what they're saying. Carnival Cruise Line is not wrong for limiting the amount of hip hop, R&B, or whatever, because they see a correlation between the music and the behavior, and they're like, nope, we got to shut it down. We cannot have this. We cannot allow it. They still gonna play some hip hop or R&B, but it's going to be very minuscule. It's going to be very small amounts of it. It's going to be peppered in here and there between NSYNC and Backstreet Boys and Christina Aguilera and Taylor Swift and whatever the hot pop songs are of today. You know what I mean? They gonna pepper it in here and there, or they only gonna play it in like the club scenes or whatever. I don't know. Maybe they're gonna take that all together, but I'm not somebody who really even cares. I haven't been on a cruise in over 10 years, and I'm not excited about going on another one. I've done it twice in my younger years as a child. I haven't done it as an adult, so it's going to probably be a different experience. But even still, I've been on a cruise before. I know what it's like, and all I know is, oh, okay, I gotta come. All I know is it was good for the time. But now that y'all ruined it, I think I'm good. Well, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. Professor Hawk signing out. Hawk Sensei bids you adieu. I hope you enjoyed this reaction, guys. Toodaloo.